Hey guys, I am back. I've got Greg Johnson here with me from HumanNature Studios. You're about to show us Doki Doki Universe, and I'm excited about this thing, man.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen some clips, we've seen a little bit of stuff from it, but this is, I'm having a hard time pegging down exactly what it is.
Yeah, not surprising. I know it stands a little bit outside of the usual that you see here at E3, and that's quite intentional. You know, we wanted to build a game that would be for that kind of underserved audience of people that are looking for something a little lighter, more charming, you know, kind of uplifting, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see it's different both in terms of the look and the gameplay, which I'll tell you about.
Yeah. So the look is obviously the first thing that grabbed me. There's a tone to this, and a theme of exploration to this that I saw it and I was like, oh, this is kind of familiar. And then I realized, I know you.
Yeah.
I know you, Greg Johnson. You made Toe Jam and Earl.
Yes, I did.
Which is like...
Well, with a partner, Mark Borsanger. But yeah, the two of us sitting alone in an office way back in the old days. I think it was like 93 maybe?
Yeah, and that's such a classic and has such a cult following even to this day. And I just love the theme of exploration in that game, and it feels like you've just expanded on that. So tell me a little bit about the character, who we are, and what we're doing.
All right, sure, I'll be happy to. And like you pointed out, you know, if anybody who is a Toe Jam and Earl fan will feel a certain similarity because there's a big universe and it's very diverse, and so it is all about exploration, a lot of similar kind of feelings and themes. But in this game, you're this little robot. Your name is model QT377665, or QT3 for short. You start the game as maybe you just noticed standing on a little asteroid, and this little girl is crying, and she hands you a balloon and jets off with her family, and they say, we'll be back in a few minutes, you wait here. And then 11,000 days go by, and QT3 is still standing there with this briefcase and that little balloon. And then Alien Jeff, this is Alien Jeff.
Yeah.
He's tooling along, and he's actually out looking for you because he's a representative of the factory that built you.
Okay.
And he is there to deliver some more bad news to you. He's there to tell you that you and your whole line are going to be reprogrammed and basically scrapped because you don't have enough humanity.
I love this. I love the kind of juxtaposition here of the really adorable look and this sort of like darker, sadder beginning to the story.
Yeah, you know, we wanted to give it a little bit of an edge, and in fact, you know, the whole game is filled with human themes, and human themes involve like emotional struggle, and so there's all these stories throughout the game of the little cactus who nobody will hug because you know she's all prickly, or the snowman that hates the cold but is ashamed to tell his father about that, or the scarecrow who misses the little bird, the one little bird he guards his garden from, and she's run away, he's alienated her, and he doesn't want to admit it because he's a scarecrow and he's supposed to hate, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's so awesome. So you're looking for your own humanity and helping people kind of find, and by helping people solve their emotional problems.
That's right, that's right. You really get into it in terms of the, both in terms of the themes of the story, but also in terms of how you play as well. So the types of things that you do are very emotionally expressive. You get involved with their stories. You know, so many games have an adorable look. You see them and you're like, oh my God, I want to be in that world.
Yes.
And then you pick up the controller and you find all you're doing is jumping and dodging, or maybe solving little puzzles. And I feel like I've had that experience over and over again.
For sure.
And so I wanted to create a universe where people actually get to know the characters and they have a life. So they don't just stand there and do nothing. They're going about their business and interacting. You can watch their stories, and then you know, you get to know them. They have things they like and dislike. And
so is it sort of like a adventure style gameplay, or is every planet different?
Yeah, there are yes and yes.
Okay.
So there's about 30 different planets. They're all themed. So there's a scary planet and a cute planet and an underwater planet, and they all have a cast of characters going about their lives. There's sort of, every planet has sort of the more structured branching story with choices kind of thing, but there's also a simulation aspect to it that's kind of interwoven. So you have a lot of freedom to do whatever you want, anytime you want. You can cause an earthquake by doing this or shaking the Vita or your controller. You can pick characters up with your finger and fling them in the air or smash them on the ground if you want to, be mean. Some characters actually like being flung or even not the non-human characters. So
Sure.
It's a rock. I know
Everybody's
that
got their thing, man.
Exactly.
Everybody's into
There you go.
something. So when you're branching here, when you're helping people out,
Yeah.
or maybe even not helping people out, depending on your mood, I guess.
Yeah.
How does the planet change? How does the game change? And how does QT change as you're taking these different paths?
Oh well, it's what you would call maybe a state-based behavior system.
Okay.
So the characters have different states. The stories actually go through internally chapters.
Okay.
So you change the state of the story, but the characters also have emotional states that they go through that affect how they behave, and both their emotional state and how they feel about you. And you'll see this little meter that determines every time you do something that affects them, they'll like you more or less, and you'll see it says jealous or annoyed or whatever, and then they'll treat you differently. But there's another thing you can do that we haven't mentioned. Oh yeah, that. There's so much to tell you. It's like too much to say all at once. It's also looking at your personality as you go and feeding back to you about yourself, and it's collecting all this data. And that's a whole aspect of the game. We can talk about where you go to all these asteroids too and take personality quizzes.
Yeah.
In addition to going to these planets, and then on your home world, there's a therapist and a couch, and he'll call you up on the phone as you're flying around through space on your pig or your flying poo or whatever, and
This is great.
and say, hey, I've got some new data for you. Come on home, and then you go to your home planet, and you'll get to see all these fun graphs and charts that tell you about yourself. And so, we're trying to explore that theme of self-discovery and humanity in a lot of different ways.
That's cool. So your emotional state and QT's level of humanity, do they interact with each other? Does QT change as your mood changes?
Yeah, QT develops, as you go, and that's part of the whole theme. As you play, there's Alien Jeff is watching you the whole time, and every planet you come to has sort of a theme about humanity. He'll say this world is about, you'll learn about betrayal, or this world you'll learn about, romance or whatever.
Sure.
And then at the end, you go up in levels. Oh, what we're seeing here is the personality quizzes I was just telling you about.
Yeah.
And they're very playful and obviously, very kind of silly, but there's actually a lot of research that's gone under the hood here. I'm really into that, and there's a Japanese methodology called cocology.
Okay.
That's lots of books written on it, and then Myers-Briggs.
Yes,
And,
I was just about to say, yeah.
I love that stuff. Both my parents were psychologists, and that's why I'm so messed up. Maybe
ENTJ.
Yeah,
I'm a field marshal.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is cool. Are you connecting to other players as well? Are you doing things with other people who have Doki Doki Universe?
Yes, we are. On your home planet, which you can customize, you can also go to other players' home planets and see them, and you can also see their personality evaluations, see what they're like as they develop. There's another aspect to the game that connects you to players, so thank you for asking.
Yeah.
That's a good question. There's a messaging system built into the game. It's an animated messaging system. It's really unique. It uses, I don't know if anybody's used or if you've used an emoji system.
Yes,
right?
of course.
Where you can drop pictures.
I try to talk entirely in emoji if I can.
Yeah, you're going to love this then.
Yeah, if I can get an entire sentence out with just emoji, I feel really good.
You can totally do that with this. So this is built for you because we have literally over 2,000 animating messages. So they're not just little static stickers. And then in order, how are you going to use 2,000, right?
Yeah.
How do you find the one you want? So we built this tagging system so that it recognizes almost any word or phrase that you type, and then you tap on that and up pop all your choices for that. Or you can hit auto decorate and then boom, it populates your message. And then when you send the message, those things don't just sit there in the line, they pop up big and they animate, then zoop, they shrink down into the message in line. So it's really playful and expressive, and you can communicate with other players on PS3, PS4, Vita, but also that's going to be available for free on mobile devices, so iOS and Android, and they can all talk to each other.
So so even if you don't have Doki Doki or your friend doesn't have Doki Doki, you can still send these emoji messages back and forth to each other.
Yeah,
that's
and,
awesome.
and you get messages from Alien Jeff too in the game. He'll send you mail through our messaging system.
Just to let you know how you're doing, how he's doing.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe harass you a little.
So this is cool. So Doki Doki, I heard you're going to be able to download this for free.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, in fact, a lot of it you get for free, which I'm so excited about. Our goal is to get people kind of hooked into the universe and loving it. So you can fly around the whole universe. You can go to all the asteroids and take the quizzes for free. Go to your home planet, see your friends' home planets, use the messaging system. All of it is complete and for free. And then when you want to land on the planets and interact with the characters, that's the part that you pay for. But you just pay once, boom, and you get the whole thing. So it's not like we're going to nickel and dime you or anything like that.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So you get to try it out, see how you feel about it, and then just unlock the whole thing if you want.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
That's right.
That's awesome. Greg, thank you so much. This is so weird good. Weird good, I feel like, is the best kind of good.
Nice.
When are we going to be able to get our hands on Doki Doki Universe?
Oh, well, we're releasing at the end of this year, and it'll be available through as a download through the PlayStation Store. So you're going to have to ask the Sony guys more about that. I'm just making the game.
Awesome. Will do. So keep checking the PlayStation.Blog for updates on Doki Doki Universe. Thanks, Greg, for coming by.
You bet. Thanks a bunch.
Really awesome.
That was fun.
Up at the top of the hour, we've got the E3 GT6 Academy Final 4 drive-off. It's going to be right here on stage live. But first, let's roll some trailers, starting with Doki Doki Universe. Man, thanks a lot, dude. I can't wait to play this. This is going to be awesome.
Oh, good.
In Doki Doki Universe, this is you. You're a robot. Sadly, your model is being discontinued. Now, the good news. If you can prove to Alien Jeff that you have some, well, humanity, they won't scrap you. You go to dozens of different kinds of planets. You meet hundreds of the strangest characters. You talk to them, dance with them. You make them love you or hate you. You even take fun personality quizzes. And in the process, you'll learn about yourself. You create your own customized home. And then you can visit your friends' planets and see how different they are from you. From within the game, you can send animated messages to friends on Facebook or even on mobile phones. It's more than a game. It's a free-to-play, cross-platform ecosystem. It's a unique universe of personal discovery. It's all about emotional expression.